So yeah, Top Gun Maverick. I saw this movie yesterday, and this is what I'm gonna have for the intro of this video.
Look at this. She crying.
I'm
She
not
is
crying.
Look at the wait a minute. Look at the tears. Look at the tears.
Let me look.
And welcome to my safe game, and thank you guys so much for clicking on this video and on my channel and joining me for another review here on the Black Gay Comic Geek channel. If this is your first time checking out one of my videos, thank you again so much. Hey, how's it going? Let me introduce myself. My name is Michael. I call myself the Black Gay Comic Geek, and I always say the things that I love to talk about on my channel has blood, sex, gore, and magic, or any variation of the four. So I generally like to talk about superheroes, I like to talk about comic books, I like to talk about action movies, I like to talk video games, I like to talk sci-fi, I like to talk fantasy, and I love to talk about black representation and queer representation, or a lot of times the lack thereof, in sci-fi fantasy movies. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you love hearing my perspective, if you think representation matters in this YouTube review movie space, do me a favor, if you're not already, please hit that subscribe button and become one of my safe Gaveneers here on the channel. And actually, just to let people that know that have been following my channel for a while, it took almost a whole year, or a little over a whole year, but I just got this email yesterday basically saying that the process, because you know how I like to say welcome to my safe haven, because I want this to be a very inclusive space for LGBTQ nerds, specifically black LGBTQ nerds. And so I did trademark my safe haven, and it's almost done. That process is almost done. So if you try to use it without my permission, you're gonna get sued. Or if you want to use it, you gotta pay me. So I'm excited about that. Process is almost done. But you know what's not done? Me making YouTube videos. So if you could do me a favor and hit that like button, it'll really help with the YouTube algorithm, and not only getting this video out there, but my channel out there, so we can continue to grow. Like, guys, like, I remember when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I remember when I hit 100 subscribers, and I'm well over, like, halfway to the point of hitting 5.5 thousand subscribers. Like, almost getting to the train of hitting 6,000. Like, now we're over the hump of, like, when you round up numbers, 10,000 subscribers, which I can't even fathom at this point. But even just getting this close to 6,000, wow! And I couldn't have done it without you guys. So please, if you can, do me a favor, hit that like button. Also, for this video, watch, like, share, comment, interact, for the algorithm, or as I like to say, for the all gay rhythm. But anyway, let's talk about Top Gun Maverick. And Top Gun Maverick tells the story of, after more than 30 years of service as one of Navy's top aviators, Pete Maverick Mitchell is where he belongs, pushing the envelope as a courageous test pilot and dodging the advancement in the rank that will ground him. Training a detachment of graduates for a special assignment, Maverick must confront the ghost of his past and his deepest fears, culminating in a mission that demands the ultimate sacrifice from those who choose to fly it. And yeah, so like the synopsis said, this movie came out more than 30 years ago. It came out in the 90s, which is crazy when I think about, like, dang, the 90s was 30 plus years ago. Y'all getting old. I'm not getting old. I'm young. I'm forever young. I'm immortal. So I'm like, y'all, the rest of y'all getting old. Bill Clinton was over 30 years ago. Jesus. But anyway, I've never seen the original Top Gun. I know nothing about this movie. All I know is that Top Gun existed and Tom Cruise starred in it. But with that said, I absolutely love this movie. And if you have not seen the original Top Gun, yes, there will be some things that you might not appreciate as much as if maybe you saw the original movie, but at the same time, you will not be lost. You will pretty much pick up what this movie is telling you and the references, and you could pretty much piece it together. And not having seen the movie, you will still be able to enjoy it. Because like I said, I love this movie not having seen the original Top Gun movie, and I actually plan on seeing the original Top Gun. I wanted to watch it last night after I saw the movie because I was just so hyped from this movie that I was like, you know what, I'm going to go home and watch the first Top Gun movie like immediately. But I was sleepy and I was knocked out before I even got to press play on the original movie. And I also want to get this review out, but I do definitely plan on watching the original Top Gun based on how I felt with this. Like, I enjoyed this movie so much. I think I mentioned before in my review for Ambulance that Ambulance was, and this was before I saw Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I was like, Ambulance is my favorite movie of the year. But then I saw Everything Everywhere All at Once. And right now, Everything Everywhere All at Once and The Batman and Ambulance were my top 3 movies of the year. But now it's Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Batman, and now Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick knocked Ambulance out of my top 3. That's how much I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. And like, this movie was so thrilling from start to finish. And like, like I showed in the intro of the video, I went to see this movie with Fantastic Frankie. And thank you, IMAX, for the invite. And like, the first opening like 10, 15 minutes of the movie felt like an entire arc in and of itself. I felt like we were already in the theater watching an entire movie by that point. And it was only the first 10 to 15 minutes. And I was just like, if it's this exciting and packed with this much information and character in these first 15 minutes, I'm like, what is the rest of this movie gonna be? And that's how it was throughout the entire, like, there's just so much, not character work in this movie, the stunts, and the way this movie is shot. Like, this movie was just incredible. And then, of course, you know, Tom Cruise, he's a thrill seeker, so you know that he's going to be doing his own stunts. And so because of that, like, there's moments with the cameras panning him on whether he's in the plane, or whether he's on a motorcycle, or he's on a boat. Or one thing you know about Tom Cruise, he's gonna run in every movie. All the action sequences in this movie were great. And I heard that somebody told me that he has like a more extreme cut where he's doing more extreme stunts that he wanted to have released with this movie, but the studio said no because they felt like the audiences were going to get dizzy with the way the camera was moving. I want to see that extreme cut because I'm like, if what we got was not even the most extreme version, I need to see that because like I said, I had a great time watching this movie. And then not only just that, but like, after watching this movie, I was like, oh, I definitely need to see this in 4DX. If you don't know 4DX, and this video is not sponsored, but hey, Regal, if you want to sponsor your boy if you're watching this video. But basically, like, you know how you're watching a 3D movie and you got the 3D glasses and the screen comes to you, it looks like you become a part of the movie. Well, 4DX is like literally like, it feels like you're part of the movie. The seats start moving, there's wind blowing at you during like maybe windy scenes. If you don't turn it off, like during like rain moments, or like if the characters are at a beach, there's water splashing at you, so it like feels like a fully immersive experience. I want to see this movie again in 4DX because I had that much fun watching this movie. And this movie is directed by a man named Joseph Kosinski. I haven't seen any of the movies that he did. I know he directed Tron Legacy. I've never seen any of the Tron movies, but I think I've heard good things about Tron Legacy, but I'm not sure. But I'm like, the name of this director, I'm definitely going to check out his next project because just like the shots in this movie, the cinematography, like I can't continue to gush, or I can't gush enough about how much I enjoyed this movie. And then of course with this movie, not only do you have Tom Cruise, but you have Jennifer Connelly, you have Val Kilmer, you have Miles Teller, Jay Ellis, who people know as Lawrence from Insecure. That man is fine. You also have Danny Ramirez, who played Joaquin Torres from Falcon and Winter Soldier, who's more than likely going to end up taking the mantle of the new Falcon. At least that's who he is in the comics. So more than likely they're going to go that route for the Marvel show. This movie also has Ed Harris, John Hamm, Glenn Powell, Charles Parnell. Like, there's so many names in this movie, and they were all incredible. Like, you got to learn everything that you need to learn about most of these characters. Like, yeah, there were some characters that I wish I got to learn more about, but I was a fan of every single actor and every single character in this movie, and I rooted for every single actor and every single character in this movie by the end. And then not only just that, but when you have a score by Hans Zimmer, you know it is going to be an incredible score. And the score for this movie, this is probably one of Hans Zimmer's best, like, the music was just so incredible. And then the original song that you had, sung by Lady Gaga at the end, like, everything about this movie was just literally flying on all cylinders for me. Pun, I guess not literally, pun intended, but like, I totally want to see this movie again. I want to buy it on Blu-ray. Like, yeah, like, I don't even know what else to say about this movie except I just loved it. I loved everything about this movie. Like, yeah, Top Gun, if you couldn't tell, for me, Top Gun Maverick was a pure blockbuster. I know it has a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. I want to know who those 3% of people were that didn't like this movie, that gave it a rotten. Like, they need to know. I get all art is subjective, but they need to go get another job because they're totally wrong. Like, I want to know why didn't they enjoy this movie overall? Like, I don't know. But whatever. Anyway, also really quick, I wanted to throw this in there because my name's Black Gay Comic Geek. I talk about black representation and queer representation. But there was definitely a couple moments, but mostly at the end. This is not a spoiler, but there was a moment between Miles Teller and Glenn Powell's character, and I was just like, kiss him. Kiss each other. Like, if y'all were an opposite sex partnership, y'all would have made out at the end of this movie. Like, kiss him! And I just find it very interesting. Like, this type of movie is not something I would generally talk about on my channel because it's not fantasy related or whatever. And granted, obviously I've jumped and reviewed things that aren't fantasy, but I was like, I'm not interested in seeing Top Gun, but I got the invite, so I said, what the hell, might as well. And I'm so glad, like, and that rhymed, but I'm so glad because just the fact that I love this movie so much and there's no magic. There wasn't any gore. I mean, there was some blood. Not even really. There wasn't even really any blood. And it was like very minuscule amount of... So literally, I say I love blood, sex, gore, and magic. And there wasn't really any of that in this movie. And yet, it's still in my top 3. So like, it just goes to show. It also goes to show don't limit yourself. But yeah, this movie was definitely thrilling. Again, I give it a blockbuster. The question is, are you guys excited to see Top Gun Maverick? Maybe this wasn't on your radar. Maybe you're going to check it out after this review. I definitely recommend it. I definitely also, if you have a 4DX theater in your area, definitely check it out in 4DX. I say watch it in IMAX first, and then maybe if you're inclined to, go see it in 4DX afterwards. But if you've seen this review after you've seen the movie, let me know what you thought about the movie. Let me know all of your thoughts. Again, like, share, comment, interact on this video for the algorithm, or rather for the all gay rhythm. And yeah, if this is one of your first time checking out one of my videos, please check out the other videos on my channel. If you like what you see, please subscribe for more and hit that bell notification button so you're alerted every single time I post a new video. And tell your friends, families, and neighbors about my channel to help me continue to grow. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.